Hi everyone, welcome to the Pensioner Adventurer. So this is another one in the series of my track bike, well not my track bikes, my bikes. And this, if you, I showed or made a video on my Dolan DF4 track bike, and about a week ago, and I'm getting desperate to find out how heavy this bike I'm going to show you today is in comparison with the DF4. So I normally would have left it a little bit longer before doing another bike video, yes, so sorry, Mr. Glasses are steaming up. So I've got the bike here and we'll have a bit of a look through around it. If you haven't seen the one on the DF4, I'll put a link now so you can go and watch that one first. Probably makes what I'm going to talk about in this one a bit more relevant, yeah, so I'll stop rambling on and move you over, and then we'll have a look at the bike. Alright, see you in a minute. Right, so there we are. So this is the my one, or my other track bike. Now if you did take the time to watch the other video, you will know these are the same wheels in this bike as I showed on the one on the DF4 track bike, and that's just to try and give a bit more comparison on the weight of everything. Now this one I had made specifically for me by Dolan Cycles, and it was the second attempt. The first one it didn't meet my specifications, so they did make another one. So it's a full carbon fibre frame, very much the same as the DF4, but what this one has, if we look at, let's try and get my finger there, the seat tube, this one's a far shallower seat angle, so that allows me to get a better position on the bike, and this is, so it has, it's always been a pleasure to ride this one. So what we've got on there, so if we come over, I'll just notice a dirty old mark on the bike, but anyway, so we've got Campag record cranks, so I'm a bit of a Campag man, so I'll be very, you know, I would always prefer to have those. What that on there's a Campag record chainring, which are a lot heavier than the super record ones, but it's all set up for training at the moment. We've got Campag record pedals, and they've got titanium spindles in them, so that's pretty good. Now what we've got here, it's a new thing to me. It's a change from the normal handlebars, because I always talk about the touch points being the same, the saddle, the pedals and handlebars, which they are on all my other bikes other than the one we see in the background, but these are different. So what they are is they're set up to be more, or they're more aerodynamic, so they're a lot narrower. So they're from here to here, they're 32 centimeters, but when you're holding up here, they're 25. Now if you imagine, it's going to be a lot harder to steer, but actually I was quite shocked how easy it was. It all didn't take very long to get used to it. So these are made from carbon fibre again. The stem's carbon fibre, seat pin is, yeah, and so it's and they're sort of, these are quite oversized tubing here. That's a sort of pretty standard size, and then obviously the rear end and everything is carbon. The Alpina forks, which are sort of a branded thing for Dolan Cycles. Let's go from the side or the back. Looking at it, it's funny actually. I'll have to play the video back myself on the DF4. It does look wider, but I don't think it can be really. yeah, so that's it. And if we go around here, we have a look at the it from that angle. Let's try and get back without bashing my head. So yeah, it's a smashing bike to ride, and I've been very happy with it. It's pretty old now. It's pretty grubby as well. But yeah, so it's sort of, they call it sort of raw carbon, so it's not been painted, it's just been lacquered. So I'm not sure what makes it any lighter. So I've got so the race gear I want to use for the Roubaix next year. I've got a super record chainring for that. It's a bit higher, but I don't need that at the moment with the training I'm doing. So yeah, it's through my eyes, it's a smashing bike, and I'm super pleased to have it. So what I'll do is, because there's no point rambling on about, just to keep you here. I know your time's valuable. So what I'll do is I'll just put it on the scales, and then we'll see how it is compared with the DF4. All right, back in a minute. Ooh, let me try and get that. Hi everyone. So what we got? 6.455. So it's pretty late. I need to double check, because I actually think it might be under the legal limit, so I would have to then do something to make it a bit heavier, which sounds so crazy. But I have to, if I needed to make it lighter, so I have two ways that I can do it. I can chop a bit of these handlebars off, because that would actually reduce a little bit of weight. And there's quite a bit of seat pin down in here, and I can chop a bit of that off. So that would, so I have ways to make it lighter, and maybe there might be another set of wheels which will be lighter. But it's I think it's quite close to the limit. And it's interesting because this bike is about, it's fast approaching no, it's about 3/4 kilo lighter than the other one, which is, you know, it's quite different. And also the main difference where I spoke about super record chain rings is what they don't have is effectively this bit in there. So you've got that times 5 removed. So again, I don't know, it's a bit of muck. So again, that again makes a reduction. So if it's going to probably be more of a challenge if it's too light than if it's too heavy. So but anyway, yeah, it's definitely a bit of research. Now what I've got on here, just to show you, I've got a thing to clip your bike computer onto. Excuse me. And you're not allowed to have it on the handlebars when you're riding on the track. You can have it underneath. You're just not allowed to be able to see the screen of your computer. So, but when I'm using it on the home trainers at home, I put it on there. But if I'm riding on the track, I've got this pretty neat little thing which fits up under the saddle, and it allows you to fit your computer there, so you can record all your you know, your power, well, not your power, but your speed and your training session. And if we look down here, I've got a sensor there which records your pedalling speed, your cadence. So but in the case of a race scenario, I would remove that, and I would record. I would have the computer on to record the weight. So anyway, that's interesting. Yeah, I knew it was going to be lighter. Well, I didn't know, but I was fairly confident. So yeah, you can have bikes that look sort of fairly similar, but yeah, it's yeah, it should be a lot better. And we all know from when we drive our cars, if we've got lots of people in the car or lots of weight, it's harder to pull away. So likewise on these bikes, you know, if you got a bike that weighs a bit more than or two bikes the same and the people got the same power. No, two bikes, one's lighter than the other, and you've got the rider with the same power on both the bikes. The lighter one will be better. So anyway, that's a quick look at my custom built Dolan. It's not got a model number because it was built for me. So, but yeah, I'm quite pleased with that. So that's good. So yeah, that's pretty much it. What we've got over here, and we'll do a video, probably not for a while though. This is my road bike, and again, this was built for me. It's got let's give me a finger there, the same shallow seat angle, because yeah, so I can get the right position. This is about 20 years old, so 19 to be 20 next year. It's got all Campag record stuff, but we'll have a look at that. I'm going to spend a bit of time trying to scrub it up because it's I don't use that in the winter. I use the winter bike that I've got a video in this series about, so you can have a look at that if you want to. Okay, so here we go then. So many thanks for watching. Stay happy, strong and healthy, and be adventurous. Cheerio.